All right, I have another question for you. Does diet regulate your sleep, or does sleep regulate your diet? Let's first take a look at diet, okay? There was a very interesting study, I'll put the link down below, that compares going on a high-carb, low-fat diet versus going on a low-carb, high-fat diet. That's called the ketogenic diet. And this is what they found. The group that was on a low-carb, high-fat diet had a significant increase in NREM sleep. What does NREM mean? That is non-REM sleep. That is the deep delta wave sleep. That's the type of sleep where you burn most of your fat. It's a type of sleep that you wake up and you feel rejuvenated physically. Now, with a high-carb, low-fat diet, you're going to be more deficient in zinc. And if you haven't seen my recent video on zinc and sleep, I put that down below. Very interesting, because zinc can greatly influence certain parts of the brain that control sleep. And so if you have a sleeping problem, taking zinc before you go to bed, very, very, very good idea. And so with a low-carb, high-fat diet, you're not going to be as deficient in zinc, and that's going to help you sleep, as well as decrease your hunger. But with a high-carb, low-fat diet, you're going to be hungry all the time. All right, so now let's shift down to sleep. If you have poor sleep, both in quality and quantity, you will definitely notice an increase in the desire to eat. That means if you don't sleep, you're going to be hungrier. So repeat after me. Poor sleep equals more hunger. There's also one study on poor REM sleep. That usually happens in the second half of the night, where you have this superficial sleep. What happens when you have poor REM sleep is you increase the absorption of glucose, which is going to spike your blood sugars, which is going to affect your insulin, and that's going to make you hungry too. And not to mention, when you're not sleeping well, your cortisol is going to go up, and cortisol will release more glucose. It'll increase your blood sugars, increase insulin, and you're going to have a greater appetite. And with higher levels of insulin, they're going to have a heck of a time trying to lose weight. You know, I was in practice for 30 years, and it was a very, very good experience working one-on-one with close to 40,000 different people over the 30 years. And with that experience, you see every possible scenario, especially with people struggling with weight. And when they were focusing on exercising and trying to eat less calories, it wasn't until they got the high quality sleep that helped them lose weight. But when you put people on the ketogenic diet, that right there calms the sympathetic nervous system down. It helps lower cortisol. It helps increases their sleep. It helps them lose more weight. They're more satisfied, so it's much easier to lose weight if you're on the ketogenic diet. If you're new to my channel, I put the link down below of exactly how to do that. So if you're struggling with weight, don't forget about getting better sleep. And also, I have several recent videos that talk about sleep. Check them out. I put the links down below. Hey, before you go, if you're benefiting from any of my content, I would love to hear about your success story. Please share it in the link down below.